Hello everyone. I wanted to make a video that's different from the gardening since that's kind of on hold right now since we're kind of just busy gathering up what's there. Um, Maybe a video about that at some point. But today I wanted to do some archery maintenance, specifically arrows, since I am wanting to get into not only arrow building but bow making as well. What I'm going to be doing today is specifically reestablishing a taper on a few arrows that I shot that that went into the backing of a target, and the shock broke the glue, and I lost the point came off. And as you can see, there's a little bit of tear out right there. So I'll be putting the taper back on, and it's probably putting on a new point just so I can get some practice in, since it's almost archery season in about a week. Also, for some arrows that I already still have some points on, I took the fletchings off because I was experimenting with which ones worked the best, at least for me, and what these arrows consist of. So I'll be putting some new fletchings on with this jig. So to put a taper back on to this arrow, I want to use this bear paw taper tool with the correct size little collar, and basically this is a large pencil sharpener. So what I'll do is I'll put the collar down on the end, and there are two sides to this. One is a 5 degree, one is a 10 degree excuse me, taper. The point is the shallow 5 degree taper. So what I'll do is just slide it on, and just like a pencil sharpener, you'll twist. These ones definitely need a little bit of work. I might have to actually cut this one down a little bit, but maybe just a little bit. But for that, I have a safety blade. Don't catch yourself with these, please. Be careful. Do as I say, not as I do. What I'll do is I'll cut this messed up point off, give myself some clean area to work with, put the collar back on, put the collar back into the taper tool, and then I'll just like a pencil sharpener, go through until the bottom's out. And good clean taper. So this point itself is a little bit messy, but I have some sandpaper, or in this case sanding block, and I'll take a few passes at the point and make it flat, go through another couple passes in the taper tool. It should be nice and clean. paper. That'll work a bit better. And I'll keep sanding on that until it's a nice flat point. Much better. So I'll be gluing a new point onto that here in a little bit so I can get some more practice in. And I have a few more of these that I'll do, but I'll skip through those and we'll get to the point where I glue the point on, and then we'll switch over to fletching. So what I'm going to start doing is I have these in my jig. I have a knock on this end and goes into this guide right here, and this clamp, see that? I'll put these feathers in there, and these are a right wing 5-inch shield cut feather, and I'm going to be putting a 4 fletching on it. I've experimented a little bit with 6 and 4, as well as a 4-inch parabolic, and I've found that the 5-inch shield with 4 fletchings on my arrows work best with my bow and with my draw. So I'll be putting these on here in just a second. So put them in the clamp. These can be a little bit tricky every once in a while. So make sure it's nice and flush with the clamp itself. Put the back, the bottom end of the feather towards the back of the clamp, where the bottom of the clamp is, towards the knock end. And I'll be putting some glue on this that's called Duco cement, DUCO cement. You can get it, I got mine online. A lot of archery places have it. Apparently Walmart and Home Depot both have it. I have it in a little squeeze bottle, but I'll just put it down the entire length, just have a nice little bead of it. And sometimes I'll get a Q-tip and I'll once it's pressed on and it squeezes out some, I'll wipe down the excess. But don't always need to do that. So. Try to have a even bead on the whole length, just so it stays. I don't know, I highly doubt it'll show up on there, but you can kind of maybe see it a little bit. But this clamp has a magnet on it, and I'll just press it down. I'll hold it for a few seconds just to make sure it stays put and gets good contact on it. And then I'll leave it for a few minutes and I'll move on to the next one. And one other thing when you put the fletchings on is that you'll want to put just a small dot of glue at the front and the back of the fletching so that it stays, the ends stay down. There's no chance of it being pulled back or breaking off or anything like that if you go through, say, like a whisker biscuit arrow rest, or it doesn't come off when it passes through a target or an animal. So I'll just do that right now. Just a little dot on that front edge. Don't need a lot of it, just need enough to coat it. And then also the back edge. The back edge is more for, I think it's more for aerodynamics, but I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me. And here's the last one. And on it goes. Let it sit for a few minutes and it'll be done. So there we go. That's a 4-fletched arrow that has 5-inch shield cut feathers on it. Hopefully I'll be able to get some broadheads sharpened tomorrow and have those glued on. Be ready for Saturday. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, leave a like, something like that. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just kind of doing this for fun right now. But if you got questions I could possibly answer, then ask away, or I can redirect you to someone or to a place that will be able to answer them. All right. Take care.